right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you're watching this. It's your boy, Mr. Malachi, and we'll be going through this level 3 type question on solving for x. And this is those equations that have surds in them. So let's work with it and let's see how we're going to go about solving this. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to keep this guy to be by itself on this side, right? I'm going to take this to the other side of the equation, and then it's going to add with the 1. Then I'll have this expression here. Then as soon as I have this expression here, I can square on both sides. And if I square a root, it just gets rid of that root. If you square a root, you're just going to get the guys inside of that root. Let me write this in black instead. So it's a 2x minus 1. If I square this guy, remember the trick, you just square the first guy, you get a 1. You square the second guy, you get the stuff inside of the root. You times them together and you times them by 2. So if you times them together, I will get 1 times root of x minus 1, which is just root of x minus 1. Then this guy, I'm going to times it by 2. So if I times this by 2, I just have a 2 root x minus 1. So that's the last guy that needs to go in there, plus 2 root x minus 1. Then we got this guy. So at this point, we can collect our like terms. We're going to collect all the x's on this side, and we're going to keep the root on this side. And why are we doing that? Because we want to do the same thing again. We want to square on both sides. That's the only way we can get rid of that root. All right, so what do I notice? I notice that there's a 2x that is going to be subtracted by an x, which gives me an x. There's going to be a 1 minus 1. These two are going to cancel each other, so I just have a minus 1 there with the 2 root x minus 1, right? And at this point, what are we going to do again? We're going to square on both sides again. So usually we just square on both sides once, but in this case, we're going to have to square both sides twice. This is the second time. And if I square, what am I going to get there? I square the first guy, it's an x squared. I square the second guy, it's a positive 1. I times them together and I times it by 2, I'll get a negative 2x. If I square this guy, I square the 2 that is outside, which gives me a 4. And if I square the root, I'll just get the stuff inside of the root. Remember that 4 and the root rather the 4 and the bracket needs to multiply, so that's why I'm writing it like that. And then you collect your like terms and you expand that second bracket, you'll get a 4x minus a 4. Then if I bring everything over, I'll have x squared minus a 6x. Why? Because this minus that gives me a negative 6x. And then lastly, a 1 plus a 4 would give me a 5. Then we get this guy. Then this is quite easy. You can factorize this yourself. You don't need a quadratic formula for that. So factors of 5 that add to give me negative 6 is a negative 5 and a negative 1. So x is equal to a 5 and x is equal to a positive 1. So you would think at this point we are done because we've gotten our 2x values. But what we need to do is, I'm going to do it here on the side, is we need to check. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the first x value. I'm going to take how the expression looks, 2x minus 1. This is how it looked initially. 2x minus 1 with a minus root of x minus 1, and this was all equal to a 1. So I'm going to substitute the 5 first, this solution here. So if I substitute 5 for x, I will have something that looks like that, minus root of 5 minus 1 is equal to 1. This is a 10, minus 1 is a root of 9. That's a 4, that's a root of 4. And I'm getting a 3 there, I'm getting a 2 there, and I'm getting 1 on both sides. So it means this solution I need to accept. It's one of the solutions I'm looking for. But let's check this one. Let's check the one. Again, we take our equation, which was 2x minus 1 minus the root of x minus 1, all equal to a positive 1. So this time I'm substituting this x value, which is 1. And so what am I getting? 2 with the 1 minus 1 minus the root of 1 minus 1. Do I get a 1 on the left hand side? Let's simplify. Let's see. 2 times 1 is a 1, or 2 times 1 is a 2, and then I'm subtracting a 1, so I'll end up getting a root of 1 there minus a root of 0, and it's all equal to a 1. A root of 1 is 1, a root of 0 is just 0, so 1 is equal to a 1. So both of these actually work, so I need to accept this one as well. In some cases, one of those solutions does not work, so you do need to reject one. But on that note, that's it from this side. And yeah, I hope this helps. Thank you. Bye.